Twinkling stars, a moon shining down from above, and a whole other universe unknown to us. But here at Eastern Michigan University are fortunate enough to glimpse further into that final frontier. Within the past year, the Department of Astronomy and Physics acquired 3 new computerized telescopes. We spoke with the director of Scherzer Observatory regarding these new instruments.
I am Norbert Vance. I have been part of the Physics and Astronomy department since the mid-1980s, and I am the introductory astronomy and observational astronomy instructor. I also am director of Scherzer Observatory. I am a machinist and shop technician for the Physics and Astronomy department as well, and I also oversee operations in the planetarium. We have a large 10-inch diameter refractor or lens type telescope in the main observatory that's been there since 1991. It's the result of a fire that occurred here in Scherzer back in 1989. But we also have a secondary observatory with a smaller dome, a computer-controlled telescope inside that students use for observing projects, photography projects, and so forth here on campus. And then a host of other telescopes that students can use out on the roof deck of Scherzer to learn how to operate everything from basic telescopes to the more sophisticated computer-controlled telescopes. Since part of the lab, astronomy lab component requires observation at least once per semester, we utilize the lab fees to acquire the instruments that the students use to finish their projects. It's akin to taking a swimming class. You're going to get wet. In astronomy, you're going to look through a telescope. So that's our logic. We want students to enjoy a view through the telescope, see things up close and real, rather than just something on a computer screen. Well, we just had that beautiful eclipse of the moon, which was quite pretty. We've got a number of beautiful images through the main telescopes here in the dome. But the kinds of things we do here are educational based. We're not obviously doing top-notch research. We need much more aperture for that, much more bigger mirrors and so forth, and better sky conditions, which Michigan doesn't provide. But these are great teaching tools, and we've had a lot of students leave here with good experience of how to operate basic astronomical instruments and what they're capable of doing or not capable of doing. Well, as I mentioned, we have the small secondary observatory. That one is controlled from a room below the instrument. We can sit at a station, a table, which a computer control allows us to either do imaging or data analysis of starlight that's coming into the telescope from the comfort of that room. And even though we have bright city lights here, we can work around that to some degree. It does prohibit some aspects of astronomy we'd like to do, but for that we go to our biology reserve up near Lapeer. But here students are able to see just the basic operation of a telescope and how some of this instrumentation works and carry that forward. They all function more or less the same. I went for a brand that gave us some continuity between the different types of telescopes so students aren't relearning the operations for each and every instrument. They can go to any one of the instruments and have a sort of a uniform operation that they can figure out. There are select nights where we do have public open houses. They follow the Astronomy Club meetings at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday evenings. We used to have it on Thursdays, but we decided Tuesday night would be a good night for public use of the observatory. And so people are free to come up on clear nights following those meetings and enjoy views through everything from our largest telescope to the ones we place out on the roof. We also have a lineup of shows at our planetarium, which is also relatively new. It's only a couple of years old, and they can get on our webpage at emich.edu/planetarium. It's an easy one to remember, and check out the latest calendar or schedule for the shows that are being shown at the planetarium on select evenings.
People from near or far can come enjoy this new technology and see their favorite planet or the depth of a star by visiting EMU's observatory, for space and our galaxy is a beautiful mystery.